welcome back to another one of our Winterfest, Buildfest fest lots. This is another kind of cluster of peasant shops, but this one's definitely in the more questionable side of town. It's near like a gambling den, it's near the opium den. It's meant to just kind of be the rougher part of town. It's also next to two different abandoned houses that I put up. Like it's meant to be kind of a more difficult part of Edirann in the peasant-y area, I guess. And I built this lot and then it crashed, so I had to rebuild it. And I was very frustrated with that, but I like how it turned out. I think it looks the way I wanted it to. It's a little hard because in neighborhood view some of the items don't show up, so it's like there's blank spots, but whatever, it looks fine. It looks beautiful, actually. This is me grabbing items because I wasn't thinking about it, but you probably don't need to see it. However, I've already committed to it, so here we are, having a particularly difficult day today. Both my dogs have upset tummies, shall we say, and unbeknownst to me, when people were here to work on our yard, they must have, I don't know how this came to be, but a cooler blocked my dog door. So I had two dogs with upset tummies who couldn't go outside, and I'm sure you can fill in the blanks to determine why my day has not been wonderful. They are doing better. They must have eaten something. I don't really know. Like, they're drinking water, they're hydrated, they're fine, they're behaving normally, so they must have just gotten into something. Sometimes things blow in my yard. I do have their small children next door. I have caught them before, just like throwing chips over the wall. They throw toys sometimes, like they're little. So maybe they got into something. I don't know, but it was not pleasant. I was not having a good time. But that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to think of what I've been up to. I mean, I'm working on I really don't know what to call this space because we're in a rental house, but like, this is when open plan was super popular. I think technically it's supposed to be the dining location, but because the downstairs is just this big open cavernous area and it's so far away from the kitchen, it doesn't make sense for the dining table to be there. It makes sense for the dining table to be right at the foot of the stairs because there's tons of space. And it's much closer to the actual kitchen. And so I kind of just put a futon and called it a day in the other area. Sometimes I call it like the second living room because it's weird. I don't like open concept. I really, really don't. I like to a certain extent having some openings, but like just open concept is stupid. It's stupid. There's nowhere to put your art. There's no clear delineation of like where things are. It becomes really difficult to place furniture. It's dumb. And as someone who is living still in an era where people are so into open concept, I'm just like, it's a trap. It's a trap. Builders don't want to build as many walls. Like, I firmly believe it's a trap. That it is some sort of nonsense cooked up by building companies. The same with the minimalism, because they just want us to see ads, so it's really popular to just have gray spaces because then the only color is the ads. Totally have my tinfoil hat on for that. And I'm not gonna deny that it's probably a tinfoil hat moment, but like, even cars. Like, if you go to a car lot, you'll be hard pressed to find a car that is not brown, white, silver, or black. Occasionally you'll see like a muted red or a muted green, but it's very rare to see any other color. And it's so baffling to me because I remember growing up, people had blue cars and the bright Fast and the Furious yellow, and just like, I don't know, I'm going on a tangent, but like, I do think it's a conspiracy a little bit. Although another conspiracy is like the idea of even things you own are not really yours. Like, you don't want to hurt the resale value. And that became popular because it's preparing us for the idea in the future that we don't own anything. which is scary, and also I could fully see as being true. So I don't know. Who knows? America's wild. These are my thoughts today. But anyways, I am building that little nook area out to be my new permanent gaming table, because I have been hosting a lot more tabletop games, and it's a pain in the butt to move my whole dining room around to just have people, and it doesn't have enough seats. So I got the table, and now it's become a whole thing. My design plan is essentially retired adventurer. So like a retired adventurer's study. So all the fun little things that he's picked up over the years and just are in his study. And yeah. So I'm painting a wall green. I'm going to see if I can't find a convincing faux brick. I'm installing a fake fireplace bookshelf situation. I'm being very inspired by the Life and Death furniture from The Sims 4, because I finally broke and bought it. Yeah, really inspired by that. So there's a fireplace in particular that looks a lot like I'm buying a secondhand bookshelf with a fireplace inset, basically, but it really looks like the fireplace from Life and Death. And I'm like, I could make that panel with the skull and the wood carvings fairly easily out of just foam, and it would look okay. So that might happen. I got the table, obviously. I'm looking for rugs. I'm gonna make like little fake potions, because I got a bunch of bottles from Goodwill. Somebody clearly at Goodwill has cleared out their entire beach-themed house as well, because there was so much beach stuff. And I didn't want most of it, but there were 2 items that I was like, yes. One is a giant, like, teal-ish color changey globe that's about the size of a soccer ball, and it has sand on the bottom and like seashells. But if you shake it the right way, you can't see the seashells. It's just sand. And even if you can, it could be some sort of mermaid-themed item that our lovely adventurer found. It looks kind of magic-y. So I'm going with it. And then the other thing is, it's like a tray, and it looks like a sandcastle, and there's like the seashells and stuff, but it really is the perfect size and shape, and it's pretty heavy to be a dice tray. So I'm probably going to alter that and make it a dice tray. But anything else I got was just like trinkets and bits and bobs, because I don't buy most decor new. I want to say like 99% of the decor items that I buy are thrifted or purchased secondhand in some way, because I'm cheap. I really, really am. For someone who is apparently spending a bunch of money to make over a room in my rental house, I'm cheap. And I was going to buy new bookshelves originally and just do built-ins, because I saw a really cool tutorial how to turn IKEA bookshelves into like kind of gothy looking ones. But those bookshelves, A, aren't amazing, and B, are like $100 or something ridiculous now. And I'm like, that's a Billy bookshelf. What do you mean that you're going to charge me that much? I would rather buy one from Facebook Marketplace that costs less, that is made of actual solid wood, sir. And that's what I'm doing. I'm buying 2 of them. And I feel like even nice furniture now is not built well. Like, it just, in general, is not constructed well. They sneakily try to mess with dimension and proportion to make it smaller and cheaper to build. Oh my god, I'm on my tinfoil. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. But it's just what's been on my brain lately. And since I'm doing this room, like, I'm really thinking about it. I'm like, this is all insane. And also, I wasn't gonna do anything to that area, because I'm like, eventually we're gonna move, hopefully sooner rather than later, and just the world's on fire. So I'm like, we're probably here for another 3 years. Because we can't afford to buy anything, because I think 23% of the homes in my area are currently owned by investment companies, and most of them aren't even renting them. They're keeping them just vacant. And that thought is so rage-inducing that I'm just like, I know that we were all in the United Healthcare thing, but like, also the housing industry, we're being scammed. Somebody who grew up with real estate agents, like, it's a scam right now. There's no way. The most regular, degular house you've ever seen in your life is going for $500,000. I'm just like, if I'm spending $500,000, where is my slide that takes me to an amazing pool outside? Like, are you kidding me? You can tell I'm old. These are the things I think about. But I had a rough day, and this is what we're talking about, okay? This is what I'm on. Although I did watch a Decoding the Unknown episode today that was fascinating. It was about this Edwardian woman called Violet Charlesworth, who was actually just like mega con artist. Just pretended that she had an inheritance coming. And at the end, they kind of compared her to Cara Delvey, or whatever the hell she wants to call herself. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. If you just pretend like you have money, all the time you see like celebrities. They go to an event and they get a gift bag filled with thousands of dollars of items. They don't need that gift bag. They could buy those items, but like, you're more likely to get free goods and services when you have money than when you don't. And it's a weird juxtaposition thing that happens in people's brains. Where like, well, this person's rich, so if I give them something, then they're more likely to tell their friends that I gave them. And I'm like, no, that's a scam. Everything's a scam. It's so fun. Like, I did not think that I was a conspiracy theory person, but it's happening. It's happening. I know everyone jokes about like when men hit a certain age, they become really interested in either barbecue, their yard, or the Roman Empire, or World War II. And like, I feel like the equivalent for women is you either get sucked into a mass level marketing scheme, or you become a conspiracy theorist. Like, I don't know. There's other ones, I'm sure, but like, and having a craft room and not doing crafts, I'm also one of those people. I try, but like, I get distracted. And then I end up doing all my crafts at my computer desk because my pets all get upset when I go in my craft room because they're not allowed in there. And so I'm just like, what's the point? What are we doing? I would talk about the lot, but like, I don't even really furnish it at all. It's a shell. Eventually, I'm probably going to furnish all of these, but like, for now, I just wanted it to look good on the outside. That was the entire ding-dang point, and that's what's happening. I just like ran out of steam randomly. I am excited though tomorrow to pick up the shelves. Shay is less excited, but he'll still help me. We are gonna go get crepes before we go pick up the shelves as like a bribe, because there's a really, really yummy crepe place nearby, and I love crepes. We're also going to an auction preview. I never tend to go to the estate sales that I bid on. I never go to the previews. I should, but I never do. But this one, he really wants to go to. So I was like, okay, we'll go. Because it's all musical instruments, and he kind of wants to see things before bidding on them. And I was like, yeah, that's reasonable and fair. So we're going to do that. And then we're picking up shelves. And then I'm painting the wall tomorrow. I'm picking up the paint and painting it tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but like, I kind of left it up to the Amazon gods because my phone case broke, and I cannot be trusted out in the outside wider world without a phone case. I will smash my phone into a million pieces, and I know it, so. But it came today. It finally came at like 8 o'clock, so. It is tomorrow. What else am I doing tomorrow? Oh, I also want to buy pegboard and try like giant cross stitch. I don't know, I've seen a bunch of them. They're like flowers or oranges or snakes, and it's just really cool. And I do need a divider to kind of divide up these two spaces, so that's what I voted on, because the pegboard's like $12, so that'll be fun. Actually, a big list for tomorrow. Why am I looking at this? This is upsetting. I don't already want to be stressed about tomorrow today. I want to be working on builds and dressing up Purslane in Create-A-Sim, because that's been really fun. That has been more fun than anything that I've done this month, is just dressing her up in outfits. But that said, we're pretty much done. I think this is what... Oh, you're not going to show me? You're not going to let me see? Come on. Okay, no, we do have more time. I thought we were almost out of time, but we're not. We got more time. So yeah, dressing Purslane up in outfits has been too much fun. I am dreading getting back into playing her household because so many small little infants and toddlers and things, but she's almost done. And I'm kind of gonna do like a fun skip over because like I don't want to play a bunch of kids forever, but I still want everybody to know them. Although I don't know who the heir is gonna be. I really don't. Normally I have a plan in like other legacies, like who's gonna be or like an idea. I have no idea which of the boys it's gonna be. It's a mystery. Now I'm just looking at the list of things I gotta do. Although I'm really excited for like Christmas because my younger brother loves the movie The Room. And long before they made the movie of it based on the book, like he's just always loved it and he made me watch it, and I mean it's funny to me, but like I wasn't obsessed. He's super obsessed. And at auction I got a copy of The Room and a signed picture of Tommy Wiseau. So like I'm definitely going to give it to him, and it wasn't a lot of money. Nobody knows who this man is. But yeah, I get to mail that tomorrow. I'm very excited about that because he's not expecting it at all. And it's just going to show up. Because honestly, I'm not talking to my family right now. The last time I spoke to my mom was on my birthday when she called and intentionally upset me. And I was just like, really? Really? We're doing this? Really? Like, it was fine that she called me on my birthday, but then she just had to ask about the election. Had to do it. And be a little smug about it. Knowing that I was gonna be upset. And like, I didn't bring it up. I was fully content to just take the phone call and just not think about it. No, we have to talk about it. And then I got mad at her, and verbal violence ensued on my part. Because she does not like facts, and I sure do like pointing the obvious out to her. But yeah, we haven't spoke. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. Who knows? A lot of people are cutting their family off. It's wild. I've done it before, but like, usually it was over much, much worse things than like politics, I would say. But like, also, politics are horrible now. So like, I don't know. All I know is I'm not ready. I don't want 2025 to come. If somebody could just hit eternal pause, would totally be fine. Otherwise, put me in a sleeping pod. I'll test out a cryogenic sleeping chamber thing, like freeze me. And no, that's terrible. I'm less mad though, mostly because I did find a place to volunteer and I feel like my skills are very beneficial. They really do need help. It's at a local resource center and they basically just need help doing inventory, which I love. I don't know what that says about me, that like I'm really, really, really happy just counting and reorganizing things. I don't care how heavy they are. And this was heavy things. This was pallets upon pallets of broth. But I was the happiest that I've been like all week. I was so delighted that I got to do this. Nobody was telling me what to do. I was not doing it for the benefit of a billionaire who wanted to pay me minimum wage. Like, they were so happy and thankful as well. Like, I was delighted. And I get to go back next week and I'm like, hey, I have some ideas. And she's like, yeah, whatever you want to do. And I'm like, good. We're color coding. There will be clipboards. Because this is an area where like I can get that inventory there is a bit free and loose, which is fine. You just gotta account for that since you need to count it every week. Just make it as easy as possible so when people grab something, they just mark it off on the clipboard. Done. And most people, when presented with a clipboard that has a pen taped to it and color-coded shelves, will very quickly just go, oh, here, I took 2 cans of soup. Oh, I took a bag of dog food. Perfect. Genius. Simple. And it sounds like she has other things for me to organize too, and I'm like delightfully waiting for it to be Wednesday again. I'm like, yes, Let me organize all your weird stuff. Get me in your office where there's, I'm sure, paperwork out the wazoo. Let me touch it. Does anybody else like to do it? Like, I feel like such a freak of nature when I'm like, actually, that's just one of the things I'm very good at and love doing and could happily do with no music either. Like, silence. Happy as can be. On that note, we actually are pretty much done with this lot. Let me know what you think about these lots. I'm really happy to do them. I'm really excited with how it's taking shape. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really does help, and I'll see you in the next one.